morning, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Kate and I love books. So as you saw last night, I did start this mood reading vlog off with The Knight and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. So I thought before I jump into my thoughts, I should actually read you the blurb. Sybil Delling has spent 9 years dreaming of having no dreams at all. Like the other foundling girls who traded a decade of service for a home in the great cathedral, Sybil is a diviner. In her dreams, she receives visions from 6 unearthly figures known as the Omens. From them, she can predict terrible things before they occur, and lords and common folk alike travel across the Stonewater Kingdom's windswept moors and craggy mountains to learn their futures by her dreams. Just as she and her sister diviners near the end of their service, a mysterious knight arrives at the cathedral. Rude, heretical, and devilishly handsome, the knight Roderick has no respect for Sybil's visions. But when Sybil's fellow diviners begin to vanish, one by one, she has no choice but to seek his help in finding them, for the world outside the cathedral's cloister is wrought with peril. Only the gods have the answers she's seeking, and as much as she'd rather avoid Roderick's dark eyes and sharp tongue, only a heretic can defeat a god. So I'm just under 150 pages in and I am obsessed. Like, instantly this is like a 5-star read to me. I don't even know if it matters what happens at this point because the characters are awesome and flawed and petty and condescending and awesome. The magic system is so interesting and unique. It's very gothic, very atmospheric. The writing is stunning. There's so many points where I wish I was like annotating and highlighting as I was going, but I wasn't. I didn't have my pens nearby. There's so much beautiful prose in this. I'm sold. So I think I'd like to continue and probably finish this today. I just want to binge it. It's so good. Big fan so far. I think Rachel Gillig is now on the honoured shelf of favourite authors. Anything she writes and I'm sold, because she also wrote the One Dark Window, Two Twisted Crowns duology, which I can't remember the name of the duology, but she wrote that one and I loved that. So, and this is the perfect like autumnal read. Just it's hitting the spot. It's all the vibes being fulfilled. I think this came out earlier this year. It is a newer one, and then hopefully I think this is another duology, so I hope the next one will be out in 2026 because I'm already obsessed and I need more. I need more. Bartholomew. I am like actually laughing out loud so often in this book. It's so good. It's written so well. This is so fabulous. So there are 5 different omens, which are kind of like the gods. Sorry, the birds are going crazy right now. There are 5 different omens, which are like the gods. There are 5, each omen has their own sort of like item that represents their powers, and then each sort of city or area within this Stonewater Kingdom is aligned to an omen and sort of their values that they're putting on, and we're kind of going through each little area, each section of the kingdom and all of their different values and the omens that follow them. And it's just so beautifully done. It's gritty and dark, but very whimsical all at the same time. It's very much like a fairy tale, a dark fairy tale. I'm loving it. I'm loving this. I have just over 100 pages left, and I don't want this to end. I might do a little bit of work for the afternoon, but I just kind of want to sit and read the whole book. But I also want to prolong it as long as possible. Love it. Love it. 5 stars. 6 stars? I loved this dearly. I could not put this down. Gothic, whimsical, dark fairy tale vibes. I'm obsessed. I'm simply obsessed. I think that the next book is coming out autumn next year, so we've got a while to wait on this one, unfortunately, but wow. Wow. The writing, stunning. I cannot wait to reread this and maybe go through and highlight and underline. Enjoy the majesty of the actual prose and writing. The characters were awesome. I loved them. There was a little twist at the end that I unfortunately saw coming somewhat, but I did not anticipate the brutality of it, and that's a bit of a mess. And Bartholomew, I was laughing so much through this book. It was perfect. It was perfect. One of my favourite reads from 2025 so far. Flawless. Flawless! No notes. The next book that I think I'm going to read is actually a sequel, and it will finish off a series, and that is End of Days by Susan E. This is the third and final book in, I think it's called Penryn and the End of Days trilogy, but the first one is Angel Fall, which I read earlier this year. I read it last month, to be honest, so I'm going to just wrap up this series. It's a very short and sweet book. I think it's just over 300 pages. These are a YA dystopian horror, I would say. It's essentially follows Penryn as the world has ended. Angels have infested the world, taken over, doing what they do. Gangs are running the streets. It is full-on apocalypse, and then her sister, her little baby sister, is taken by one of the angels. And so she makes it her mission to go and find her, and ends up teaming up with one of the angels to do so. And there's resistance camps, there's the angel hierarchy and government, the politics in play, there's the survival element, there's grotesque horror experimental elements as well, and it's just such a fun, fast-paced read. I didn't necessarily love the second book quite as much. I just felt like it was a little bit of a filler book, but I did think it set things up very well to have a good finale, so I hope that this will be good, but I loved the first book so much, and I figure we'll wrap it up today. Hello, good morning. It is the next day. As you saw, I did finish End of Days last night. This was such a quick, 2 sittings read. I could have done this in one. So fast-paced, action-packed, short and sweet. And I'm going to give this one a solid 4 stars. It rounded out the series well. I think it continued on with the action-packed pace. It resolved a lot of things. It continued on with its grotesque trajectory. And we also got a little bit more romance in this one, which wasn't super prevalent in the other one. So that was nice to see how the relationships evolved, and a good resolution. I was hooked. I really enjoyed this. Fun series. I would say the whole series overall is a solid 4-star series for me. So fun, so random. I picked up the first one in books I've been putting off reading vlog, and I literally had it on my TBR for minimum 7 years. So funny how that works. But yes, awesome. Awesome. And then the next book that I will be reading in this reading vlog is actually a reread, and I only read this book for the first time this year actually, but I finally got my hands on a physical copy, and that is The Exorcism of Faeries by J.L. Vampa. I read this in the spring and loved it. It's on Kindle Unlimited in Canada, so it was free, and I was like, no, this book was written for me. I need the trophy on my shelf. So this has finally arrived, and what I was planning to do is like annotating and highlighting as I went for my reread. So we're doing that. We've got a few tabs there. It's also got these like pretty botanical end pages. I just started that one last night to do a reread. I feel like it's the perfect autumnal read, and I absolutely loved this the first time I read it. I'm already thoroughly enjoying it as I go through again. I'm also like, I don't necessarily have a system when it comes to how I annotate. I just kind of like highlight things that I find funny, beautiful prose, like really cool character or setting development. It's just, there's no rhyme or reason to it. But this one is a dark academia novel, and essentially there's a plague that has been sweeping through Ireland. Our main character is Atta, and she is a botany student at Trinity, but she also works part-time at the morgue after school, and she has taken an interest in this plague that has been sweeping the nation for several years at this point, and then she ends up having to work with our professor of morbidity or morbid studies. His name is Sonda Murdoch, and they end up teaming up to solve the case of what this mysterious plague is that is resulting in botanicals and flowers in its victims. It's very dark, it's very funny, it's just, I felt like this was written for me with the Irish setting and the dark academia vibes. It's so lovely. So I'm just over 100 pages in. This is just under 400 pages, I believe. So whack through a bit more of that today with the annotations, and I will keep you in the loop. I love it. I don't know if I'll have so much to say just because it is a reread, but I will read you Actually, I'll read you the... I love this book. There's character artwork there, which is just awesome. And this does have, I think, my favourite opening line of a book ever. The first line is, "Moving a corpse in the rain is such fussy, slippery business." No notes. It is so noisy out here today. Might go inside. But anyways, that's my little update. I'll keep taking you along. New hair. A little bit darker than I thought, but I kind of like it. Anyways, I am about 80 pages from the end now. I love this book. I love this story. I love the writing. I just think it was made for me. It's interesting. I am like highlighting things. I sort of said things that are like very much like a character, like things that are very much like descriptive of the characters, things that are like just beautiful setting, beautiful writing. I have no rhyme or reason to the way that I'm annotating this. I love it. I haven't done very many rereads this year. It's also interesting. I think the way that I might do this in the future is more like this, like read it for the first time, just completely immersive, and then go back and when I reread it, do the annotations for those books that are really special to me, because I think sometimes when I try and annotate a book the first time I read it, I get a little bit like, it's a little bit too stop-start, it's less immersive, but this is like perfect for a reread. It's really nice and you really looking at the things that are special and you kind of know what you're looking for. So I think that's maybe how I'm going to approach my annotations in the future, because it's very hit or miss. And sometimes I'll read something and be like, oh, I wish I annotated that. Whereas now I think it's like, okay, now I know that one I will go back, reread, and then I can annotate it. I don't know if any of that made sense. But yeah, about 80 pages left and I love it. I love it. This is perfect. This is the perfect read for like the autumnal months. I feel like this would be an awesome like October read. And it's so vibey. It's so vibey. I'm loving it. Hello. It is the next day. I didn't film a thing yesterday, but I did have like the best day ever. It's the Calgary International Film Festival at the moment, so we went and saw Big Hero 6 in the afternoon, built some Lego, read our books, went to a bookstore in between, and then Clueless was playing in the evening, so we watched that, and it was just immaculate. Didn't film a thing, but it's fine, but I did pick up some books. I just picked up 2. So the first one was People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young. I have not read any Hannah Bonham Young. This is obviously a beautiful autumnal cover and I was intrigued and I've heard very good things about it. I also haven't read like a romance novel in a very long time. I have not been in a romance mood and I thought this would be a cute palette cleanser that maybe would just be ideal. So I've got that one on the pile. And then I also got What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. So this is again also my first T. Kingfisher novel. This author has been recommended to me left, right and centre. I'm excited to read, and I believe this is just like a short sort of novella, a gripping and atmospheric reimagining of Edgar Allan Poe's The Fall of the House of Usher. So it's like gothic horror-y fantasy. I'm excited, I'm ready. And then last night I did finish my reread of The Exorcism of Faeries. So there's all my tabs. I don't know if you can see, the focus is not focusing. I love this book so dearly. It was just as good on the reread. It flies by, it's such a quick and easy read, but also so many beautiful, like, made me stop and think sentences. I loved it. And just so atmospheric. The characters are so like aesthetic and vibey, and it is the perfect autumnal dark academia read. So we're all wrapped up on that one. We will be displaying this on my shelf. This will go in a place of honour. Where? I'm not sure, but it will be going up. And then, okay, I'm just giving you like a little life update right now. So then, today, I have my first ever book club meeting. So I just basically messaged around a bunch of random girls who no one knows each other on Instagram, who are kind of like based in the area. And I was like, hey, I want to do a book club. Do you want to join? And they were like, yeah, I do. So it's a very small group, but we're all going to go meet for the first time today and potentially pick out our first book for the book club. But because no one knows each other and because I just sort of like enforced this upon everyone, I bullied them into it. Not really. But I'm so excited. But one moment, I did make on Canva. They have obviously lots of different templates, but I made like this book club questionnaire so that everyone can fill it out and then we can all discuss it and sort of get to know each other and our reading tastes. So I think there's quite a variety. There's like one of the girls is definitely like a romance reader, one's definitely like a fic lit. I think we got some like fantasy girls, some romantasy girls. We're gonna have it'll be great. It'll be just like broadening everyone's reading experience. So the questions I put together was, what is one book you think everyone should read in this lifetime? What book character do you most relate to or see yourself in? What are your top 3 genres? How frequently would you like to meet? Why do you love reading? Has it improved your life? If yes, how so? Best book of 2025 so far, and what would you like to take away from this book club? I would love to hear your answers to some of those questions. If you would love to share in the comments, I always think comments are my favourite, but that's going to be so fun. I'm so excited. But yes, we did finish the 3rd book in this reading vlog, so I think this is going to wrap it up. Bit of a short and sweet one, just some mood reading, which is my favourite kind. So I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, what you'd like to see. Answer some of those questions. Have you read any of these books? Are there any that I should be reading? If you wanted to like or subscribe, it does help as I grow this channel. It's so lovely to see all these new faces. And yeah, thank you again. I'll see you in the next one.